on CTV News at 5.
I think it's definitely like worse this year. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more weather. Most places aren't even open right now, so.
The heat is not on. Chilly weather this month. It has not been warmly received by Maritimers.
I love the ocean, so I was like, let's go, and here we are.
And wedding on the water, a Nova Scotia couple ties the knot, Tiki style.
It's a cloudy and damp night ahead for the Maritimes, with rain and showers moving through.
Live from the Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News at 5.
Good evening and welcome to CTV News at 5. I'm Maria Penopalis. Thank you for joining us. First at 5 tonight, the big chill. Is the heat still on at your house? How about the seat warmer in your car? If the answer is yes, you're not alone. So how are Maritimers coping with the cool conditions? As CTV's Brianne Foley shows us, they've had enough of sweater weather. Brianne.
Yes, Maria, middle of June usually means that patios are packed and the boardwalk is full, but with the weather continuing to give November vibes, well, businesses in the area are wondering, when is it going to start feeling like summer?
It's been terrible. It's terrible. It's very quiet. There's no people around, as you can see.
Business isn't booming on the waterfront in Halifax.
Things get a little bit slow, but we keep ourselves entertained. We're always lucky when we get a couple guests coming in to talk about our turtles and take a look what we have.
Basically, we were expecting a busy season, and the season started nice in May, but suddenly June is changed a lot, and the weather been raining for a long time now.
There's no shipping today, but it's usually a lot more busy in the morning times on the waterfront.
CTV Chief Meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell understands the frustration.
I know at times this past weekend and to start off this week, it's not patio weather, right? We've got a couple weather fronts that are moving through. It's keeping things a little bit cloudy, a little bit cool, some periods of some showers, some drizzle, some fog around the Maritime region.
Despite the cooler temperatures, outdoor public pools in the region are still opening this week.
The Halifax Common Pool, so it opens today, June 15th. Going to be open all the way up until September 15th, so tons of opportunities to come out and beat the heat in those hot summer days.
And tourists don't seem bothered by the less than ideal vacation weather.
I'm visiting from Scotland, yes. We were going to go on the hopper, but they've rescheduled us for 12:45 instead of 11:30. So we just go and wander around, go and have a coffee.
We are from Alberta, and my daughter here just is getting her master's graduating from the University of
Yorkville.
So we came out and decided to visit Nova Scotia first. Weather, we live in Alberta, weather doesn't affect us.
From San Francisco area.
Still beautiful definitely. To us.
Yeah, I mean, we're here for a couple of days and we just want to enjoy Halifax. It's so much more creative than we pictured.
So, Maria, despite the wet and miserable day, people still getting out and about in Nova Scotia and hopeful for that June weather to hit soon.
Well, I'm told it will eventually. Thank you, Brianne. CTV's Brianne Foley for us in Halifax this evening. All right, it's time now to head over to the anchor desk where Todd Battis has had a very busy Monday. Hi there, Todd.
Certainly that. Thank you, Maria. Tonight, with hundreds of overdoses in the greater Moncton area over the past 2 weeks, the Moncton Fire Department has started using a rapid response vehicle, there it is, to cope with the OD crisis. Coming up at 6, we'll have the latest numbers and we'll hear from the fire chief about how they and their team are responding. Weekend traffic chaos brought to you by the closure of the McKay Bridge in Halifax was meant to be made easier the last 2 days by free ferry service. But get this, for a time on Saturday, the free ferry ride was also unavailable due to staffing issues. You won't believe what happened and left people waiting on the dock. That's at 6. Booking a night or two in a Halifax hotel, be prepared to spend. It's not unusual to see some rates hitting the $500 plus mark a night. The obvious question, why? Especially when the weather's like it is. We'll check in on the high cost of the hotel rooms. We'll try to provide an explanation, maybe a little daylight in there for you too, coming up at 6 o'clock. Kaylin Mitchell now, perhaps the Not the most popular person in the Maritimes, but we'll turn that around.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as these temperatures warm up a little bit, right? That's ahead over the next couple of days. Right now, though, it is cooler across a good portion of the region. We can see temperatures in the teens for most of the Maritimes. Couple 20s out there. We got 20 degrees at Summerside right now, 20 degrees in the interior area at the southwest Nova Scotia. Temperatures down a little bit for today because of this weather front that is moving through, and for coastal areas because of an onshore wind that's mostly out of the south and southeast. That wind is being sustained right now in a lot of cases between about 10 and 30 kilometers per hour, with some gusts getting up between around 30 and 40. A little bit higher than that at Grand Etang in Inverness County in Cape Breton, because there's some enhancement from that easterly direction over the highlands. In fact, some of the peak wind gusts tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning into early afternoon, near 90 kilometers per hour. That part of the Maritimes actually underneath a wind warning because of that. As we take a look at things on radar, here's the bands of rain and showers making their way across the Maritimes. Now, still within this wet weather, as we make our way through this evening and tonight, there is a low risk of some small embedded thunderstorms within it, especially for the province of Nova Scotia. But so far, most of the lightning activity is held well to the south of us. You can see some lightning strikes being picked up, but well to the south of the Maritime. So just a low risk. There could be a bit of a thunderstorm within that rain as it continues to move through, which it will as we head through tonight and into Tuesday morning. It'll be exiting east of the region. There'll be some sunshine in behind it. Temperatures coming up through the middle part of this week. Wednesday looking like a very nice day, and we'll talk more about that when I'm back a little bit later on. Maria.
Excellent. We'll see you then, Kaylin. Right now, though, St. Mary's Boat Club on the Northwest Arm in Halifax opened its doors over the weekend for a public Learn to Row event. As CTV's Valentine King-Beza shows us, participants of all ages were welcome to try the sport for the very first time.
Do we have any preferences for seats, or just hop on in? Hop on in. Hop on in. Yes, yeah.
We are here today at the beautiful St. Mary's Boat Club on the Northwest Arm to introduce Halifax to the sport of rowing. It's probably something you've seen in the Olympics maybe. Canada has an amazing rowing team. And you probably wondered, what would it be like to get in one of those skinny boats?
Yeah, first time rowing. We're going to give it our best.
And people who come learn to row realize, wow, this is a full body workout. There's lots of camaraderie and teamwork involved.
When we get into water, it was scary in the beginning, but after that it was really wonderful, and it was my first time in water, so I was kind of skeptical how would it be, but it turned out to be so amazing. I just loved it. It was so much fun.
The better term to describe rowing is sculling and sweeping. There's two disciplines of rowing. Here at Halifax Rowing Club, we mostly scull, so we use 2 oars, and the boat has a seat that moves on the slides. So you use the oars to push yourself through the water as the seat goes along with you, and you do that over and over and over and over and over again.
How was it? Oh, it was so fun. Gotta come back and do it again.
It was so much fun. Yeah, we've never rowed before, but it was a great experience.
So even if you weren't able to come try rowing today, this is a national event, so that's why it's this weekend. We encourage you to check out our Learn to Row classes. Anywhere from the age of 13 up to people in their 80s can take those Learn to Row classes. And it's a great family sport. We've got lots of moms and daughters or dads and sons doing this sport together. I really encourage you to come give it a try.
There you go. Perfect.
Thanks, Mikhail.
It does look like a lot of fun. All right, time for our first break here on CTV News at 5. Still to come, find out how to enter our new Fundy Shore to Shore contest. The details still ahead. And coming up next, Scam Alert.
They're using, a sense of authority to put that fear into us.
Police are warning about spoofing, where fraudsters impersonate a trusted source. The call isn't coming from inside the building. Next.
Lace up your sneakers and make a move for scleroderma this June. Help support the hundreds of Atlantic Canadians living with this autoimmune disease. For details on this year's walk-run event in your community, visit makeamoveatlantic.ca.
Welcome back. Halifax Regional Police are warning about a spoofing scam. As CTV's Hafsa Arif reports, it's the latest reminder that what you see isn't always what you get.
A phone call from police is enough to get almost anyone's attention, and that's exactly what scammers are counting on.
We received several reports of people receiving phone calls from an HRP
phone number, 490-5020, which is our dispatch, non-emergency dispatch and reporting number.
While the phone number was real, police say the calls were not.
Caller on the other end is advising the victims that their personal information was compromised as part of an international scam. So we wanted to make the public aware of that.
It's called spoofing. Technology that allows criminals to disguise their numbers and make it appear like they're calling from a trusted organization.
They're using fear, they're using, a sense of authority to put the fear into us, or urgency. Combined with caller ID spoofing, it makes these frauds, unfortunately, successful for criminals.
And those tactics continue to work. The Canadian Anti-Fraud Centre says direct phone calls remain one of the top ways fraudsters reach Canadians. Last year, more than 8,200 reports have been linked to phone calls, with reported losses nearing $100 million.
But it's so sophisticated how they function.
This resident recently received a call himself, claiming to be from a dry cleaning company, a service he never uses.
If you get a dry cleaning call and you've never dry cleaned in months, don't pick up.
But police say scams involving authority figures can be even more convincing because people naturally believe the badge.
A lot of people justifiably want to be able to trust the professionals that they work with and deal with.
Which is why experts say one simple step can stop a scam before it starts.
Make sure that you're making the outgoing phone call. So if they claim to be your local police, go find the actual phone number for the local police and make sure you're making the outgoing phone call, even if it's the same number that shows up on your call display.
Because while scammers can fake the call coming in, they can't answer for the real police. Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you, Hafsa. Important information there. And by the way, coming up at 6 o'clock, Vanessa Wright has a story about how Canadians feel about scamming. I can tell you, I'm starting to feel a little scam fatigue because every day you hear about a new way that these fraudsters are trying to part us from our money.
And they're making you work because then if you do have to double check, then you got to end the call and then find the number.
Yeah, it's time consuming.
Yeah. It is time consuming. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we did have some wet weather in the region for today. It was a little bit dreary out there. We have had some areas of some rain, some showers, some drizzle, and some fog, including here at Sullivan's Pond in Dartmouth. I'll have more on the forecast coming up after the break.
Welcome back. We've got a great contest to tell you about. CTV and Bay Ferries have teamed up for the Fundy Shore to Shore contest. One lucky viewer will win a Bay of Fundy adventure that includes round-trip passage on MV Fundy Rose between Digby and St. John. Accommodations, dining, and experiences in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, including golf, a treetop aerial adventure, and more. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca or click on the QR code on your screen right now. We'll announce the winner on Friday, June 26th. Good luck, everybody. What a great prize. And Caitlin, we're hoping it won't be foggy when they win
Yes.
that trip, hey?
Probably not the most picturesque sail across the Bay of Fundy at the moment, as there's quite a bit of cloud cover, some fog around, some wet weather as well. More on that in a moment. Let's take a look at some sunrise and sunset times, though, across the Maritime region as we take a look at some of that overcast sky in the Moncton area for today. And there is expected to be quite a bit of fog around the region as we move through tonight, and in some cases, still some wet weather. Barometric pressure a little bit on the lower side. It is a weather front that's making its way through, kind of sprawling between a number of low pressure systems. One of those centered currently just to the south of us. So take a look at things on radar. Here's the rain and the showers showing up. Now, once again, within this, as we make our way through tonight, there is a low risk of some small embedded thunderstorms. Haven't seen a lot of that activity show up yet, but the highest chance as we move through the remainder of this evening and tonight will basically be through central and eastern areas of Nova Scotia. So taking a look at our forecast timeline from this evening and into the overnight hours, we can see that wet weather making its way through, even in for western parts of the Maritimes. So it'll be through the bulk of the rain and showers by around and after midnight. There'll likely be some patchy fog and drizzle heading into the start of the day on Tuesday, which of course means that for parts of the Maritimes, first thing Tuesday morning, there are likely to be some areas of reduced or low visibility because of the fog. That is most likely around the Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick and up and down the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia as we move from the morning hours into the afternoon, and the fog dissipates and retreats off the coast. Visibility in general for the region will be improving. Taking a look at the remainder of Tuesday's forecast and start of the day for tomorrow. Still some umbrella weather left around Prince Edward Island, northern eastern areas of Nova Scotia as the last of the showers move through. Those should be mostly clear by around noon on Tuesday, and in behind a mix of sun and cloud for the region. Now it is a cold front, and typically in behind a cold front, the wind direction changes to become northwest, and that's exactly what's going to be happening for Tuesday. Winds will be out of the northwest across the Maritimes, sustained between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour by around the mid to late afternoon. Now, before that happens, for Inverness County in Cape Breton, in the easterly winds for the morning hours and right up till around noon, there's going to be some enhancement over the Cape Breton Highlands. And that's why that wind warning is in effect. There could be some southeast gusts up to around 90 kilometers per hour. Moving through the afternoon into the evening, those winds will be diminishing. As we take a look at the forecast for low temperatures for tonight, they're mostly going to be in the range around the low to mid-teens, a little bit cooler in that around eastern areas of Nova Scotia, especially heading into Cape Breton, where some lows will fall between 8 and 11. High temperatures in the forecast for Tuesday as the sun comes through a little bit for the afternoon. It gets up into the range of the low 20s for much of New Brunswick. It'll be around the high teens for Prince Edward Island. A little bit cooler for Cape Breton tomorrow, highs of 12 to 15 degrees, but much of mainland Nova Scotia will have some high temperatures between around 19 and 24. How about Wednesday's weather? A little ridge of high pressure in place. It's expected to be a sunnier day across the entire region, and temperatures taking another step up. There'll be a lot of high temperatures on Wednesday away from coastal areas. It'll be up to around the mid to high 20s, and on parts of the coast, high teens into low 20s, and a nicer day, especially for locations in the east of Nova Scotia, like Sydney, with a high near 22. All right, let's take a look at our weather watcher for tonight. And tonight's weather watcher is coming in from 8-year-old Zahira from Brookhouse Elementary, Dartmouth. And Zahira sent us a drawing of a beach day. Thank you, Zahira. Hopefully we'll have some beach weather ahead, like Wednesday, for example. Weather watchers can come in anytime to CTV Weather Watchers, P.O. Box 1653, Halifax, Nova Scotia, B3J2Z4, or email kaylin.mitchell@bellmedia.ca. Maria.
Thank you very much, Kaylin. So it's one of the world's most popular sports, and an event in Fredericton over the weekend celebrated the culture. CTV's Nick Moore reports on the growth of cricket in our region.
The third annual International Cricket Tournament in Fredericton returned this weekend with 4 local teams from 4 countries representing Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, and Nepal. In the championship game Sunday evening, it was a tie shared between Bangladesh and India.
It's growing sports in Fredericton as well. That's very special for us.
The city of Fredericton opened its first cricket pitch in Lincoln Heights Park last year. Cricket was declared Canada's national sport at Confederation before the title was designated for hockey and lacrosse. Today, cricket is one of the world's most popular sports, especially around India and South Asia. Immigrants to Canada have been credited with bringing renewed fanfare to the sport here and across the country.
It's been growing, so more and more people are coming. It's been like an amazing experience seeing that people are enjoying the game and coming to see that game and playing it.
The competition is there, but at the same time, there is some brotherhood is there. Though the cultural difference is there, but we play for the same game.
The International Cricket Tournament is part of a string of events hosted by the Multicultural Association of Fredericton, leading to the 2026 Cultural Expressions Festival at Officer Square on June 27th. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
Thank you, Nick, and congrats to the winners. All right, time for our final break here on CTV News at 5. When we come back, though, she said yes.
I hereby pronounce you Kevin William Purcell and Angela Michelle Snyder to be husband and wife.
A Nova Scotia couple tied the knot on the water over the weekend. More on their Tiki tradition next.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. A Halifax Music Fest is coming up at the end of the month, and we want to send you on us.
Tickets, a great hotel, spending money, all the details at move100halifax.ca.
A Nova Scotia couple tied the knot in a Tiki wedding over the weekend. CTV's Valentine King-Beza was there for the special ceremony.
And by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Marriage Act of the Province of Nova Scotia, I hereby pronounce you Kevin William Purcell and Angela Michelle Snyder to be husband and wife. And you, sir, can kiss your bride.
We started taking the Tiki boat every summer from the time that Stefan launched. And so when we decided to get married, this seemed like a natural choice for us. It's so amazing to share with our friends and family. We made a big move 4 years ago from Ontario to come back home here where I'm from. Something we never thought we would ever do, and we took a leap.
I love the ocean, so I was like, let's go. And here we are, and it brought us to this wedding venue that we never would have known about had we not moved here.
This is probably the first Tiki wedding this side of Toronto, if not in Canada.
The significance of where we got married here in Purcell's Cove is this is my childhood home. Hence my last name. It's where my father grew up. It's where I was born.
You know, it was forecasting a really bad day. I talked to Ange this morning, but she's a trooper and said, no, we're not, we're coming on the boat. So this is a very exciting time for all of us, and I can't congratulate them enough and thank them enough for picking Tiki Tours Halifax to have their special day.
Kevin and Ange! True love perseveres.
I would echo that. We've been through a lot of ups and downs, and to be here and you know,
it's been 16 years.
16 years, so a long time. And I would say to somebody, if you try to wait for the perfect time to ask someone to marry, you don't, because there's never a perfect time. If you're thinking about it, just do it.
The perfect time is now. Congratulations, you two. And you know what they say, if it rains on your wedding, it's really good luck. Yeah,
Rained on mine.
You're going to have a ton of good luck, you guys.
Yeah, and while the sky may have been a little bit of gray there for them, at least the wind and the waves weren't too bad to be out in the Tiki boat. And the Tiki theme was brightening everything up anyways.
Oh, it totally was. Good stuff for sure.
Speaking of brightening things up, when can we expect to see the sun do that for us here in the region?
Soon?
Yeah, soon. Over the next couple of days, weather looks pretty fair through the middle part of this week, though we still have some more rain in the forecast coming up for the end of the week. And right now, a chance of showers in the weekend forecast. So, you know, wouldn't be bad to see a little bit of a perk up of the weather for next weekend, but all those details coming up at 6.
You're saying be patient. Thank you, Kaylin. We'll see you at 6. I'll see you tomorrow. The national news is next.